Hare Krishna devotees, this is Bhakti Chaitanya Swami here. Please accept my very best wishes. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. I've attended in person a number of these programs, I think you would remember, and they mean a lot to me because, of course, Bhakti Charu Maharaj means a lot to me, and therefore there's a special place in my heart for these programs celebrating his service and his contributions to Srila Prabhupada's movement. I remember when Maharaj first came to South Africa. In fact, I personally invited him. I telephoned him and asked him if he could please come. At the time, he was chairman of the GBC body. So there was some problems we were facing here in South Africa. Actually, they were not very serious problems, but, at the time, there was a feeling that they were serious. So I called Maharaj and invited him to come, and to my surprise, he immediately agreed. Just on the spot, he agreed. And just maybe 3 or 4 days later, he arrived in Johannesburg. So we picked him up at the airport, and then we drove down. We drove all the way down from Johannesburg to the Radharadhanath temple, and Maharaj stayed at Radharadhanath. I'd had a little association with him before because I had attended the GBC meetings when he became the chairperson. It was not very long before he came down. So we sort of knew each other a little. But on the way down from Johannesburg, we got to talk and discuss and this and that. And it was very nice. I could see he's such a warm person, such a caring person, and such a dedicated person to Srila Prabhupada. It was amazing. In fact, all of these qualities really struck me very deeply. I don't know which one struck me the most. Maybe his dedication to Prabhupada. That was just incredible, actually. How he emphasized that the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, the example of Srila Prabhupada, these are the essence of what ISKCON is and what ISKCON must be. So it was really nice. And we got to know each other more on that car trip down from Joburg. So then we arrived there, and Maharaj met. Well, Giriraj Maharaj was there at the time, so they met, and Maharaj met with all the devotees, and we had a whole series of smaller festivals in devotees' houses. Oh yeah, it was quite amazing. Every day there was a program or 2 programs. And so we'd go and there'd be kirtan, and both Maharajas would give classes, and then there'd be a feast every single day, and sometimes twice with an evening program. I remember actually the first program, I can't remember whose place it was at, But the first program, and somehow or other, the idea came up that Maharaj should speak in Hindi. Really, I don't know why that idea came up, but it did. And Maharaj spoke in Hindi. My knowledge of Hindi is not great, but still I could basically follow it. And Hindi is not his mother tongue. Bengali is, but he spoke so nicely in a very cultured, very fine way. And it really convinced me. You could say, this is a beautiful person. What a son of Srila Prabhupada. And to have him involved here in South Africa, this can make a really great difference to our yatra in South Africa and to all the devotees in South Africa. So therefore, while Maharaj was here that time, a group of us spoke with him for him to come to become co-GBC with Giriraj Maharaj. He kindly agreed. And that was the beginning of a great era in ISKCON South Africa. The great era, many years, during which Bhakti Charu Maharaj was one of the co-GBCs in South Africa and just made, such a difference. He really added value to our yatra here in South Africa. And he really added value, I think, to my life personally, because we spent time together regularly. Of course, there's so much I can say. And other times also, I've spoken about these things and other things. But these are just some thoughts I thought I would share with you today. So on this day, the Tirobhava ceremony of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, I'm praying to Shri Radha Radhanath. I'm praying to Srila Prabhupada. I'm praying, first of all, to thank them for bringing Maharaj into our yatra and into my life personally. And I'm praying to His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj that please continue to glance on me kindly and to give me some mercy. And I'm just hoping so much sometime in the future we can be back together again at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. And I will be able to serve again under the supervision of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Go Premanande.